Hello friends, it feels like it's been a long time since I've sat here and talked photography with you all, so here we are, back with a new photography video. This week I attempted to do a dreamy photo shoot with my best friend Summer. The goal for this shoot was to achieve a dreamy, hazy, soft, glowy, insert other adjective here kind of look. I was inspired by a photographer that I ran into on Instagram. I saw her work and I was just like, wow, that's beautiful. Let me try it. She does a lot of portraiture in nature and it's all very dreamy and ethereal looking, and I really wanted to achieve that kind of look. I'm not sure if she does that in camera or if it's in the editing process, but I tried both methods, so I'm gonna talk about that with you guys. As for the materials I used, I had two cameras. I used my DSLR and I used my Minolta SRT 101. Of course I have to shoot it in film. Are you kidding? And then I had a lens filter and Vaseline. I've known about the Vaseline hack for a while and I've never executed it until the shoot. There are some tips and tricks I think would be useful, but I will get to that later. My DSLR kind of acted as a crutch because A, I've never shot color film on my Minolta before, and then I've also obviously never done the Vaseline trick before, so I wanted to make sure that I had some backup. And then the lens filter, I didn't want to put Vaseline directly on my camera lens. I wouldn't recommend that, so I used a lens filter instead. If you need lens filters, I'm pretty sure even Walmart sells really cheap ones, Target, or if you don't want to spend money and you just want to try this out, I feel like even using like cling film, like plastic wrap over your lens would work. The lens filter I used had a slight yellow tint to it, which actually worked really well in my favor because I wanted to go for a warm sunset kind of look. You can see the difference between with the filter and without. Pretty big difference, in my opinion. And now on to the star of the show, the Vaseline hack. Number one thing is less is more. For the look I was going for, I wanted the subject to be clear and then have like a haze going around her. One of my mistakes I made when I was first trying it out was I smeared Vaseline over the entire filter, and I mean it was a cool look, but it wasn't what I was going for. Be mindful of that. Just use the Vaseline where you want to. I've seen some photographers, they just put like a dab here and there to like add fuzziness to the shadows and things like that, so use sparingly. If you do put too much by accident, I would recommend using rubbing alcohol to get rid of the excess Vaseline. If you use your finger, you're gonna smear it around even more. That might be common knowledge, but let's pretend what I said is profound. Now on to the actual shoot. The filter that I have is not meant for either of my cameras, so it just didn't fit. That's the common theme with all of my videos and all of my shoots. Something is bound to go wrong, so I try to make the best out of it, whether it's chemical stains or underexposed shots, so on and so forth. It's all part of the process. As for location, we went for a nature-based location, a plant-based location. And then the time of day, I prefer to shoot during the sunset just because the light is softer. That's just my preference. And I feel like it also adds to the dreamy look. It's hard to get the hazy kind of look, even with the filter, if the sky is like super bright out. Now on to the editing process. I shot in RAW. I would highly recommend shooting in RAW if you can. So when I opened the photos on my laptop, they automatically opened up in Camera Raw, and I was able to tweak the warmth and saturation, all the colors and hues and stuff like that. So I made sure to turn up the warmth, and to push the haziness, I would suggest doing low contrast, and on the curves, the dot on the highlight side, just bring it up a little bit. I'm very bad with my terminology, but yeah. I'm very pleased with how the photos turned out. I think in the future, I would probably add just a tiny bit more Vaseline, because the haziness is there, but I want to push it to the limit. Corbin blue. All in all, I feel like I'm gonna use this hack pretty often. I like the results, and I like that it adds a sort of physicality to it that I miss when I shoot digitally. Just like the act of, holding the filter in place and smearing Vaseline on it. Something I can physically control rather than altering it in Photoshop. You know what I mean? So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye.